Hey everyone, this is Jackie K, and before I begin my usual intro, I want to point out something on the save file screen. This is the one we're working on for this playthrough. This is my practice file. You may notice the practice file is not finished, and we are rapidly, I should say, approaching the point I practiced up to. And mind you, it's been a good long while since I've last played this game fully, so I was gonna work on recording this while completing the practice playthrough on my own time, just to refresh myself on the game. But considering how I've pretty much just been replaying this day over and over and over and over and over and over until I get it to the degree I want, I figure it won't really make much difference because I pretty much am rehearsing every time I redo the stage. So all I'm doing is just spending more time on a game to complete than I need. I mean, granted, I can play it on my own time for fun, but the point is, the practice isn't really doing much practicing. So I figure I'd save some time and stop practicing. Which means when we go into Distant Spring, because we have finished every single other stage we have unlocked, I'm gonna be upfront with you guys. The first day may go alright. I practiced like the first couple days. We are gonna begin for a fun time! Anything after day 11. It's gonna be great! So without further ado, let's go into the Distant Spring. I'm not gonna make any promises when it comes to live commentating this time. I did feel pretty good about the practice I've done. Oops, wrong pause menu. This one's more authentic to the game. As I was gonna say though, no promises how long I'm gonna talk before going into complete focus speedrunning mode. But I have the mic up and running with the intent of commentating as much as I can. But we will probably have more in post than other days. Oh, it's been so long, I forgot about the super important strat that I always try to do. Get like... yeah, we are probably going to redo this first day, because I don't even remember the number of blue Pikmin that I tried to bring. You know, on one hand, one of these days I'm actually going to stay true to my word of accepting that nothing is perfect, and you can't get everything right on the first time. On the other hand, I am a stupid perfectionist. And my favorite strategy about this stage in particular, these bugs have been so much pain and agony to us, they slowly but surely die when going in the water for some reason. So this is the one stage you can actually lure them into the water and slowly kill them. Makes fighting them so much easier than they've ever been in the past. And I am eternally grateful for it. This lovely foamer spawned right into the water. Right from the water. Not sure how he wasn't already dead, but it's great, unlike that guy who's bad. You can tell, it's late in the evening, I was tired, so I gave myself a little caffeinated pick-me-up, and it may possibly show in the commentary. Just possibly, maybe. I did grab 20 of you guys, right? Yep. Probably grabbed more than what I need. you guys are gonna go back on it. I don't have to, like, babysit, do I? Oh, brother. I found the rare type bolt. This robotic marvel can fix just about anything in the ship that's broken. That's good, because I get terribly bored with fixing little glitches. Alrighty. So I think what I like to do is try to lure this guy a little bit closer. And we're gonna be well acquainted with our new friend, the yellow Wollywog. If you can tell from the times that we fought the Wollywogs in the Forest Naval, they can suck an egg. They are, if I recall correctly, tougher versions of the original Wollywogs, which is really strange because in Pikmin 2, you actually fight the yellow Wollywogs before fighting the non-yellow Wollywog. It is very, very strange. Oh dear. Do. The repair type bolt. This looks like an ordinary bolt, but it's actually a repair robot. I have now recovered 20 to 30 parts. If I can just find 9 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. They got that back a little quicker than I'm used to, honestly. Like, I'm used to that being like one of the last things I worry about. Sirs, please don't run towards the Wollywog, that's how you die. The bad news is some things are running a bit more slowly than usual. The good news, that was actually a smooth run against the Wollywog, and I'm not used to that sort of behavior. Sir, don't make me come there after you. There we go. That was probably an example of things that Wii Remote is not supposed to be able to do. Probably shouldn't have been able to call that guy from so far away, and the game couldn't tell if I was in range for him to actually be called or not. Oh yeah, I guess another thing I tend to do while waiting for that bridge to be built is take care of these little suckers over here. So I guess we can put the blues back for now. Take some yellows with me, Yoink. Well, we are going to need the yellows for later, but we do not want them for the current series of events that I plan on bringing them out for. So we'll probably be doing something like this. Getting reds for this all-red army battle. Because this is a wonderful, wonderful, fun area. Two of our new best friends here at the same time, this whooping snitch bug, which I got a lucky run against, but can be annoying, and our other annoying friend out there in the distance, literally blowing the flowers off of our Pikmin, the blowhogs. These guys suck too. And they especially suck because Pikmin 1 is fun and decides to put them right next to the most dangerous enemy in this entire game. Well, if I recall correctly, second most dangerous. But they might as well be as dangerous. These, I don't remember if they're bulbous. I'll tell you guys what they are in post, but they are like the Bulbors we faced before, except more aggressive. They wake up a lot easier, and they eat Pikmin a lot faster too. They're basically everything they are essentially hard versions of what we faced before. And I'm having an okay run this time, but usually these guys like to just flow around in front of the dangerous enemies while I'm trying to throw them and blow Pikmin into the dangerous enemies, and it's a fun time. There's another room that we're gonna have so much fun with. This guy in particular is a big fat butt because he sits right in an area that makes bum rushing impossible. If I try to bum rush here, it won't work. It'll kind of glitch out because of that hill. So I don't know what to do about that guy. I'll worry about him later. This guy we should be able to bum rush, but we gotta be extra careful. Because if Pikmin get too close, he will wake up. You know what, over here, let's clear that out real quick. I think we should be able to take care of this just fine. I would like a little bit better of an angle, but beggars can't be choosers! Oh, thank God that worked. Now I just gotta figure out what to do about this other guy. Speaking of which, did the Blues take care of the bridge? It looks like they did. You fools! What do you think would have happened if I didn't... I'm not... I guess just for demonstrational purpose for the viewers, this is what happens when I... Wait, is it actually gonna work? Not really. Oh, and that's how the Pikmin die. Ooh, and I think we got a reset on our hands. And my goodness, I think the demonstrational purpose really did a good job demonstrating the stuff with the purpose. At least now I got a good idea exactly how many Pikmin I need to bring to do the task. By better, I mean not quite as good, but better than before. Hey friends, you ready to take a drink and die? I am. Hey, sucker! Over here, away from the water. Yeah, screw you. You are gonna get slaughtered by red Pikmin today. And you are gonna love it. It's a little bit awkward of an angle to work with, I have to admit. But he shouldn't be moving anymore, unless I'm consistently throwing Pikmin on top of him. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's see if I have such a good of a run. I guess the snitch bug's not here yet, so that might improve my odds. We'll have to see. Yeah, what's supposed to happen if you hit him enough time, he falls to the ground, you get to swarm him, and he just poofs very, very quickly. Alright. 3, 2, 1, bum rush! Am I just my imagination, or did that not work? Oh, there you are, Swooping Snitch Bug. I was just talking about you, wondering where you were. Are you ready to die too? Come on down and play. Oh, this is what is annoying about this guy. He takes Pikmin, and if we let him, he'll throw them into the ground and replant them, and you have to pluck them back up again. It's just a fun time for everyone involved. But hopefully I will continue to be super good, and we won't have to worry about that. So, the Blues aren't quite... Oh, perfect timing, the Blues just finished that bridge. So we could bring Reds over there and have them get to work on a little something, but... yeah. I think we'll get those bomb rocks over in that area. Oh. Did I just have a mass slaughter without even realizing it? Oh, no wonder everything's getting done so quickly too. I think I forgot to actually throw them up to that part. Oh well. Guess we'll come back for it later, I guess. If I can do it right. Actually start working on this wall. It's a very intimidating place to start. One, because that switching snitch bug. And I just realized if he gets a bomb Pikmin, we are so dead. Oh, thankfully, that is not the case, and I will deal with having to pluck up a few extra Pikmin up from the ground. There we go. It is die time, good, fine, sir. It is die time. Alright, onwards with the mission. You fool! You fool! Oh, that's actually my bad. I didn't realize he wasn't a bomb rock Pikmin. That's all we can do with that wall for the moment. And you know, I was waiting for a more efficient time to do it, but I think I better take care of this now before I forget. And that is why I bring a couple spares. Okay, we're gonna need the whole army for this. How many else do we have? More than plenty in my humble opinion. I think we found out in the past that like 15 or so is about the average of Pikmin we need for an area of bomb rock, so we'll stick with that. I mean, I would normally just let these guys wait to grow in the flowers, but I really want to make sure we have enough red Pikmin to just obliterate that Bolex that was up ahead. Things feel like they're going a little bit slower, but I think they'll come together now that we got this back. Oh boy. It's the scary part. Though I find like leading them ahead rather than behind me usually prevents bridge stuckage and drownage significantly. So thank you, most recent practice runs, for that realization. Hopefully yellows don't just step in the water and go for a swim. But I think we can just bomb rush them. You woke up a little early. This might be bad. Or it could work just like every other time. Fantastic. Hopefully we have enough rest for this part. I found my massage machine. Put this right down in the lower back area and let it go to work. I can't wait until I get it reinstalled again. As the lower rumba of my painting has been paying me ever since the crash. Ah, sweet relief. Thank goodness it's only dirty. Wait, are there yellows on here? No, just some of the red Pikmin look a little funny because they're flowers and buds mixed up together in there. Now that we got our yellows here, we can get the rest of these bomb rocks, or break down that wall, and start working on clearing out that area. Especially with the amount of time we have left in the day, I don't think we're... This is a very, very small amount of bomb rocks. I feel like we should be getting a few more than that. There we go. Everyone gets a bomb rock. You get a bomb rock? You get a bomb rock? Everyone gets a bomb rock? No? Really? Fine. Massage machine. I've been walking so much lately. I'm really looking forward to using this. I now recovered 21 of 30 parts. If I can just find 8 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Alrighty. Now, with the number we have left, we should be able to cross this bridge without any issues. I said without any issues. Any issues mean do not spread yourself out so wide that you decide to go for a swim. Alright, so we do not need blues for the rest of the day. It could be nice for the nice area. I feel like it would be better if we had some more reds. Because, boy, we're gonna need all the reds we can get. You can see we have a bit of fighting to do. Alright, and the matter is what to do with the rest of these bomb rocks. I could throw them over at that other wall we were at, but I don't think 3 will be enough. And I know there's some walls we can at least get started working on here, if we can get our Pikmin in there safely. safely is the big problem. Oh good, you guys are all flowers. I'll just pluck you guys before I forget. And I'm a little hesitant about bringing such a massive amount of reds. Because on one hand, the more we have to fight, the more we can overcome our obstacles. But on the other hand, the more we have, the more Pikmin that can die at once. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my bottom rock Pikmin here. I want to bring all my reds, make this area a little easier, but on the other hand, there's stupid blowhog. So I think I'll take like maybe 38 until we get rid of him. If he roams around too much, we might just have to wing it. But we could possibly maybe make this work without it going horribly wrong. Without it going horribly wrong. I want to get enough on him, but I also don't want to throw so many that I misthrow and wake up our little friend there. And how did you get way over there? This is why it might have been nice to have lose. But I didn't really want to get my hopes up too high. I'm amazed we haven't woke up our little friend though. There's no way that this is gonna work. Oh my god, how's there already only 10 seconds left in the day? On a scale of 1 to dead, how dead are we? Alright. Any stragglers? Does not look like it. I was hoping to get a little bit more done. I have had practice runs where I clear out the entire area with the remaining amount of time in the day. So maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more practices, but I don't know. He is still awake, and I can't pull up the map anymore. I can't figure out where the last Pikmins that are missing are. So I'll keep this run, but I'll do a few more attempts, post-commentated. Hope we can do a little better than that. I'll admit that wasn't a bad run. But I believe in myself and being able to do even better. So I want to give it at least 1 more go. Ideally a couple more goes. Really, I didn't leave any Pikmin behind. I am actually content with this run. I am okay with the fact if this is the best run we could possibly get. 9 days since impact. There appears to be a large cluster of parts here. If my calculations are correct, I should be able to recover virtually all my missing ship parts, but not quite all of them. Unfortunately, there are still seems to be some pieces that remain unaccounted for. I must find 8 more parts to further increase the dolphin's range. I mean, this isn't too bad. We're going to go into day 10 with 20 of 30, over 20 of 30 ship parts. We have exactly as many ship parts as there are days remaining, which means there's only 9 more. Like, we'll flip side that. The amount of parts remaining are also how many days we're currently on. We are doing really good in a general sense. It's just I have perfectionism, so I'm not quite content yet. That is the sound of everything going wrong. You know what? This run's screwed. I'm gonna go until he blows up. Wow, he ate the bomb Pikmin and barely took any damage. This is the face of a man who just doesn't give a damn anymore. You know what? Screw it. Let's go all the way. I've committed. Let's get a game over. Quote unquote. Almanar is down. So, if you ever come to the point where a captain loses all their health, the day is over. Whatever you're doing, bam, done. Any Pikmin that are laying around the area? Like those blues I might have had? Dead. I think even if they're in your squad, they die. 9 days since impact. I've been careless, sustained damage beyond my spacesuit's limits. My crisis transport system saved me, but I lost all the Pikmin I had with me. I must pay closer mind to the spacesuit damage meter on the bottom left corner of the screen. I can press A by the dolphin to repair my suit. So, I mean, a lot of those numbers are the fact that I just let Bovlex feast on my entire army, but there's also 19 Pikmin that are left behind, and we are not saving that for the life of me. Redo. Well, guess what, folks? This is the final attempt, and there were several attempts in between this and when I last showed the recording. So, I got tired of commentating live, so we got post-commentary time with yours truly. And since what we're gonna do is pretty much a same song and dance that we've done a couple times already, I guess that's as good excuse as any to do a little bit of story time. Now, if I were to classify my experiences growing up with Pikmin in 2 categories, it'd be pretty easy. There's the time period of the GameCube era where I rented the game from the Blockbusters back when that store still existed. And there was the times when I played the game in college with one of my friends who had a Wii setup. I think one of the most magical things about those times was that it was his first time ever playing the game, and I already had experience. Granted, it was a pretty rusty experience because the last time I played the game was back when I was a kid, when the GameCube was still a relevant thing, and Blockbuster still existed. I think I've mentioned that a couple times already to emphasize just how long ago it was, and wow, still remember the days when Blockbuster was relevant. But yeah, the best part about playing Pikmin, both times when I played quote-unquote growing up, I guess I am getting old enough to consider my college years as significantly in the past to be in the past. That's a little scary to think about. Oh, but man, I'm just tangenting and tangenting while we wobble away on this frog and hope no one dies. Yeah. College was more than 4 years ago. That's scary to think about when I still have the mindset of at least an 18-year-old. And why not? We're getting this part into the hull of the ship. Might as well read it off. Q4. Repair type bolt. Looks like an ordinary bolt, but it's actually a repair robot. And that is your talkative trivia today with your bad Olimar impression. That sounds almost exactly like my voice. And when I don't try hard enough, it sounds exactly like my voice. But yeah, let's backpedal back on the tangent that we're supposed to be on at least. So yeah, I am old. And that feels old to say. And we're trying to talk about childhood memories, like you're not already a child, because it's true in a sense. I think that'll help us get back on tangent. I guess it's even more interesting to go into the fact that that versus response that I was talking about in the last story time indirectly was what got my friend into Pikmin, because let's just say I wanted to do the responses, but I didn't bring the game consoles with me, and he had access to the game, so he got the game, and we played through it together. Though when you think more about it, there's a slight possibility that we didn't play through Pikmin 1 together, we just did it on our own times, and it was Pikmin 2 that we pretty much co-op couch played. Because I remember a lot more specific memories of going through the game together with Pikmin 2 than I do Pikmin 1. Most of my college memories that actually have details of Pikmin 1 are the video recordings I did for that versus response, which kinda wonder if it's still even relevant to keep that stuff on YouTube. Man, have I ever talked about how awkward it is to talk about old content you've created for YouTube on a YouTube video. It really makes me feel old. That's what this playthrough's gonna be, isn't it? Just Jacket K realizes he's not a 16-year-old child anymore, and well past that a long time ago. And now that I've exhausted and squeezed my mind out of all Pikmin memories that are possibly coming to mind at the moment, I guess we could talk a little bit about other nostalgia while I'm on the tangent of making myself feel old. I've recently did some cleaning of my room this weekend as I'm recording this, and I found some interesting stuff in the process. I've known this stuff was there in the back of my mind, but just every time I clean out my room, I tend to come across this stuff and remind myself that it exists. It's a wide variety of stuff I hold on to, old school projects from elementary school, all the way to like Photoshop projects I've done in high school. I do have especially fond memories of those because I feel like Adobe Photoshop and the classes I took in high school of it was what really spurred myself from being a technical, literal person to a more creative one. I guess it's debatable if I am a creative person, but I definitely think of myself more of one now than I did back when I was a kid, ironically enough. Though no, I guess the creative side of me was always there, because I was just about to talk about like textbook RPGs that I would do in my notepad, and I don't mean notepad a program, I mean like an actual book full of paper where you just draw and write, and I just, as a number changes, I just erase the number and replace it with the other number. It all adds up like that. But first, massage machine. I've been walking so much lately, I'm really looking forward to get some use out of this. It's approximately what it says. What was I saying? I guess, to summarize, I never really considered myself much of a creative person until I got into high school and started fiddling around with Adobe Photoshop and that, even though I guess the signs of creativity were always around. But I guess those years of high school always felt like the peak of my creativity. Starting with the classes I took in Adobe Photoshop, and then I got into a video editing class, and I'll admit I'm eternally grateful that I actually had the opportunity to have those types of classes, because I think they really shaped the type of person I am today. Granted, it wasn't the last time I started learning, like I took a class or two in college, and I'm always just pushing the limits of my creativity with video editing, at least for a good long while I was in college and all that. I'll admit, when I become quote-unquote an adult and started taking on my own work in that, it's been a little bit harder to keep up with my video editing hobbies and put the time and energy that I feel like they deserve, which is probably why I haven't really felt too confident in too many projects that I've done these days. Like, I guess I had a lot more ambition back then, because the whole Let's Playing scene was a bit less defined, and a lot of my inspiration to get into Let's Play in the first place was I started watching some of Chuck Connery's videos. Liked the idea he was going for of just blending being informative with adding his own spark of personality, and I thought I could take it one step further. Maybe it doesn't have to be that sort of formula of creativity versus informativity. Maybe it could be a little bit more of the creativity side. Maybe I could like use these videos to tell my own stories, and that's kind of why my first Let's Play of Pokemon XD came out the way it did and had all those weird intermissions. And Golden Sun's the next best example that comes to mind, where it wasn't as prominent as in Pokemon XD, but there were signs of me trying to take the Let's Play and make it my own thing in the background there. I guess that's maybe part of the reason why I keep looking back so fondly on my first couple playthroughs. Even though I've known I've improved so much, at least in a technical spec, like having better equipment. Even if I don't feel my commentary is better, I know the audio recording I have is better. I have like so much better equipment nowadays. How did no one die from all that? Oh, brother. I don't even know why I said that. Oh well. I can at least hope. Even if I can't put the time into videos like I used to, I have been feeling pretty good about the past couple projects I've done. It's really fun to actually get to experience the whole Mega Man series through Mega Man X, and this playthrough is going to allow me to re-experience a game that I grew up with, just kind of like how some of my first playthrough projects were like. So, I definitely oh man, I thought if that yellow guy killed himself from nectar, I would have been an angry panda. Good thing that was not the case. Anyways, the time really flew by. You know what they say about time flying by when you're having fun. Unlike these poor souls there. So I really better just start wrapping things up. What I was trying to get at is, even though I've known I do so much more with my playthroughs these days, there's some aspects of it I feel like I've kind of put on the wayside because I just don't have the time to put into them in general. And even if I did, I don't know if I could go back to that old style just because it's been so long. But at least this playthrough's allowed me to recapture some of that magic, in my humble opinion. Yeah, it's something I have to remind even myself. You can only dwell so much on the past. Life works in a pretty fickle way. Every little thing you do could just add up into something and make your life completely different. Like if YouTube took off, that definitely would have made my life different. Heck, if programming just stuck in my head a little bit more, then I could possibly have become a game developer instead of what I'm doing now. But that's the story for another time. I got into a whole completely different tangent before I could even talk about all the stuff that I dug up from my cupboards and that while I was cleaning my room. If I remember, I'll have to talk about it in the next one though. I gotta hand the mic back off to my current self. Or past self. Eventually. So now's as good of a time as any, I suppose. Only 7? That sounded like a lot more. I'll save this for now. But it feels like I should have been able to get that wall down. But I think this will be the last attempt. It's already pretty late. So next time on our Pikmin adventures, guess more progress in the distant spring is needed to be made. So we will make it. One way or another. I've been Jackie K, and I hope you tune in for the next one. Take care.